This trip was initially planned to celebrate our 40th birthdays together. We've known each other since middle school, and it's been almost 25 years in friendship. We thought it would be a nice way to celebrate our friendships and also becoming 40 years old. But the new Korean age counting system introduced, and we all becoming 2 years younger from June 2023, becoming 38 again. Yay! Anyway, we first planned our trip back in 2020 and started to save our money. We created a savings account and we had a designated person taking care of this account, and each person deposited 50,000 Korean won, which is about 47 US dollars each month. So we have saved pretty good money. So we paid for our flights and Airbnb and stuff around November last year. So here we are in January 2023 at Hawaii, me and my closest friends together.
너무 피곤해요. 이제 드디어 떠납니다.
To sum up our Hawaii trip into one sentence, I felt like I was the richest person in the world. I didn't feel this way when I was in Hawaii because we were so busy having fun. But when I came back to my house in Korea and writing my usual morning journal, and in retrospect, I was having everything I need. And in fact, it was the abundance I felt. It was a very uplifting feeling because I usually am in need of something, anything. I need more sleep, I need more help keeping the house clean, I needed more recognition from my job, I needed more financial security from my work, I needed more time, I needed more energy. The list can go on and on and on. The definition of the rich can be varied from person to person. I used to have certain sets of definition for the word rich. You have lots of money, you have more fancier choices, you can do a lot more things, experience more things, just abundance on everything. But this trip made me think about the word rich in different perspective. Well, first of all, I had enough money to spend, and that really felt good. Because of the savings, especially for this trip, I had more than enough money to spend. Well, should I thank for the flight delay, which shortened my trip from 4 to 3 days? And I had a credit card whenever I can spend, which was given from my loving husband who wished me for the best of this trip. Well, but I didn't need to spend much on it anyway. I had enough money and I really didn't need to spend much because I had everything. Yes, the weather was too good to be true. We all came from biting cold winter in Korea, so this was like a heaven. I could be just happy and feeling rich sitting in a random bench. The breeze on my hair, how wonderful feeling that was. Airbnb we rented had everything we needed. My friends brought so much food, including ramens and snacks, even though we promised to each other to not to bring anything but ourselves in one piece, because we had to arrange so many things for families and work and everything. So that was our promise, but everybody broke that promise. And my friend had this awesome friend who lives in Honolulu, and he prepared water bottles and sunscreens, and so it was like everything was ready before we even set foot on the island. So grateful. Foods, what can I say? Just having uninterrupted meals all by ourselves, meaning no children, no husband. It was just simply awesome. Every single food was delicious and was just fun. We needed this. We've spent so many hours and days taking care of our family, doing the work at the same time, cooking and cleaning. But this trip was all about just us. I remember one sentence from The Becoming. by Michelle Obama. She goes, "We were all so used to sacrifice for our kids, our spouses, and our work. I learned through my years of trying to find balance in my life that it was okay to flip those priorities and care only for ourselves once in a while." Another remarkable memory that made me feel like a rich person was I did book club with these friends on a book, Aloha 나의 엄마들, which is a book written by Korean writer Kumi Lee. This book was chosen by me because the background of the story is in Hawaii and it's about female friendship, and you can know a lot about Korean history, who immigrated to Hawaii in early 1900s. So, well, I need to make a whole new video about just this book club in Hawaii, but just to give you a glimpse, I always wanted to do a casual book club with my friends, and it really went well. So, the point was, when you can share your passion with people you love, your hearts are filled with so much positive emotion, and you feel like you've got everything you need, and you're not in need of something else because you've gotten so much in the inside of your heart. That's what I felt. And they loved the experience, which made me so happy. In the returning flight, I watched the movie Waterman. It's a movie about 5-time Olympic medalist and native Hawaiian Duke Kahanamoku, who brought the surfing to the world while overcoming his challenges. I really want to recommend this movie, especially if you're going to Hawaii for a vacation. It will totally change your experience in Hawaii. Well, especially the meaning of the aloha. It's not just hello. It's a symbol of intense greeting and respect to other people. Alo means in the presence of, and ha is the breath of life. When Hawaiians greet, they would come up to each other, place their forehead on other person's forehead. So their eyes are really close to one another, and they would open their mouth, take a half breath, and they would expel it. So it's like sharing your spirit with that person. Duke Kahanamoku carried his aloha everywhere he went, and he'd shown the respect and humility to other people, even though his time was when racial segregation was taking place in the United States and people really didn't know about the presence of Hawaiian. After watching this movie, I saw every memory in more beautiful way. Every trees, even the birds, oceans, tides, sands, they were just welcoming me and my friends in Hawaii. They don't care where you're from, what you do. They just welcomed and shared everything with us. Because of that welcoming feeling I've gotten, and with the memories with my lifelong friends, and having loving family and other friends back in Korea, I felt like I was the richest person in the world and didn't need a single thing